It's always been a journey of development, and Lord willing that through that development you have something to offer.
But it's still unfolding. It's definitely a different environment and experience. Yes, when younger people are bringing new influences and new perspectives and whatnot to it. Yeah, it's evolving.
Sing me a song tonight. Take me far away.
When we were touring with Shania, Agnes had gotten married and she had Jacqueline. And so we had a baby with us, and that was new, so we adapted. Then someone else had children, and so along the way you just adapt, and you may change some things about, you know, what hotel we might stay in. Let's look for one with a pool if there are children, things like that. So you follow the natural course of life as opposed to here's the career and then life follows the career. So we would do it the opposite way. We would say, okay, someone needs maternity leave, and great. Okay, someone has some children, let's bring them along. And so naturally, if they were in the environment of us playing music and hearing it, they're absorbing it and learning it, and we're teaching them. The next natural inclination is to say, oh, well, let's bring someone out. And then it just progressed. It all happened naturally. There was no real intention to say, okay, let's have children become a part of this. They were a part of it, and we just shared that with the audiences.
Okay, so you talk about our next generation of our family. There are a lot of them, and they're all kind of doing their own thing. Here's another thing that I think is very interesting too, though, is for them, I'd have to think, they also have to differentiate themselves. They don't all look the same, sound the same, think the same, write the same, you know. And they're also learning and carving out their voice through all of this. They'll do some things with us for a period of time, and then they'll go off and do their own thing. It's just, I guess, the journey, whatever road that takes or forever how long that takes. It's really exciting to see what they come up with. We're just one influence. We're just one experience. You know, they're growing up and being exposed and listening to stuff that we don't even know exists. Like, it's fantastic. So, and they're young enough, like they're young, and so they're just brave. Why not try it? I'll tell you what I am very happy about too, for them, is that knowledge of foundation, of understanding and knowing what that root music is, a foundation from which then, okay, go. Yeah, I would say it like that. Do you know what else is interesting? In the contests, they really have been important because there is this community in Canada, this Canadian Celtic traditional. It is an amazing group of people, all ages, stages, players, and the love of this genre. But it was just an amazing environment. Imagine that we all passed through it at some point. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it was important, really important for the whole story. The foundations, eh? Mm-hmm. Foundations. Mm-hmm. And it fed a culture of music.
Okay, when I say Canadian Celtic music, it's kind of an interesting phrase because that actually means a lot of things. When you look at Canada and history of its traditional music, it has many, many different regions and it has many, many different sounds. But what I love and is so fascinating about Celtic music, I think generally speaking, wherever it is in the world, and traditional music. It's generationally passed on. And it's also a social experience that it's one thing to learn about it or read about it, but once you experience it, it's totally, totally something different. And so no matter where you're from, I feel like everybody can get pulled in and be part of it. And that's a pretty beautiful thing. We want to do a song for you now, and I'll say it like this. There are some songs that are so beautiful that they just stand the test of time, and this was one of the earliest songs that my mother suggested as a young girl. I think maybe learn this one. Not surprising, she's a Cape Bretoner. And when we talk generational, it thrills my heart because my daughter is going to come and join for this song. You might recognize it.
Sweet bonny boat, like a bird on the wing, onward the sailors cry. Carry the lad who's born to be king, over the sea to sky. Loud the winds howl, loud the waves roar.
We are very grateful for a musical life.
Baffled
Mom and Dad passed it on to us, and I think that was their success. And I think that's how I would have to look at it. Now we've been able to pass it on to our children, and I think that would be the greatest success.
For us to be able to play with them, it is a whole new chapter and experience. Because we've had to be flexible over all these years, that has allowed it to find its form or find its way. That has, I guess, allowed it to go on as long as it has. And it's kind of a surprise to us too.
over the sea to sky.
Tonight's a special night for a lot of reasons, and this is in particular for our family because it doesn't often happen. And it's not always possible that so many of us can be together in one night. Obviously, there are a lot of us and other siblings who are off in other parts of the world. So it's truly amazing that Mom and Dad are here with us. We are so honored to bring out our parents. Frank and Julie Leahy, and the story goes, the youngest of 9 brothers who farmed outside of Lakefield, and this guy was the fiddler, met up with Mom from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, the singer, the dancer, and the piano player, and we're so happy they did. We're gonna have Mom and Dad play you a tune. What's the name of this tune?
Victorious Legion March.
Okay, this was a tune that you played with your brothers when you all had an orchestra together.
One, two.
Would you be all right if a few of them came out to join us? Liam and Aiden, take a step forward.